Ray Show 9. 9. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to the fathers. Happy Father's Day to the men out there that are in their children's lives. Salud to you. Cheers to you. Keep doing what you're doing, even on your worst day, even on a bad day. I salute you. Some nice brewed coffee there. Today is Father's Day, and um, wanted to do a Father's Day edition, special edition, and that's what we're doing today. So we're gonna watch a few clips here and there about some encouraging and some tear jerking videos about fathers. I think that being a father, I have 4 children, and you don't. I grew up in the church, and so I was gonna say I didn't have a rule book, but I had some baseline. I had guidance. I had some sort of how to. I had a base. I had some structure, which was good. The structure that I had set me up and prepared me for having kids, right? But it was also the experience working with kids for 25 plus years with my wife. Not She was my wife then, but that's how I met her in recreation. Is how I met her, and the experience with working with kids and seeing different parents, what to do, what not to do, that helped. The experience was good because it gave you another baseline, another tool in your belt to be able to navigate this web of being a father and what that really means. And then, of course, your education continues, on the job training continues, and you make it work. You make it work because there is a bigger picture. That bigger picture is our world. Okay. Um, the not the smaller of it is your family, your family that is immediate. So there's 6 of us in our family. Maybe more one day. Who knows? Surprise. We'll see. It will be an adoption, if you will. Possibly. Who knows? I don't know what the future holds, but I know that there's some things brewing. I always wanted to be a dad. Um, it was the it was and is the scariest thing I've ever done, and I enjoy it 100% all the time. It doesn't matter where. What's up, man? My son right there. It doesn't matter. I don't forgot what I was gonna say. But the struggles and all that, those hard times, it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Even on my worst days, you know, I always come back and let them know that if I'm angry or if I'm upset, it's never at them. It's never at them. The frustration I have, even though it kind of looks like that, because I am a little bit harsh. I'm a guy, you know, and I like certain things. There's certain things that I see where I want my family to go and what I want it to look like, and so I want to cultivate that. But I also have to cultivate the individuals that are my children because they're all 4 different and they're like me, and that's the misconception because they're acting like me, they may look like me, but they have their own who they are, their own how they work in the day. So yeah, today is Father's Day. So anyway, that's that introduction. You see, I'm living. It looks like a little bachelor life going on. I got the towel right here. You know what I'm saying? and I was doing some yard work and I got my Wu-Tang shirt on. So I come to do business. This is not to be looking pretty. This is business, okay, if you will. But we have fun while we do it, and yeah. So check this out. So I wanted, I don't necessarily agree with who these people are and whatnot, but the message is pretty dope. The message is pretty dope in this one. This is an interesting video. It's a tearjerker. Oh my goodness.
This is slightly intimidating. Dad, what about me makes you proud?
Ooh, good question.
Oh man.
Good question. What about my children am I proud of? Well, there's everything because watching them grow, watching them learn, watching them learn is amazing. It's it's like, whoa, watching them learn how to swim, ride a bike, read, draw, write, work video, do editing, skateboard, rollerblade, roller skate, anything. Um, all my kids have a talent or a gift, and so my oldest two, or my two daughters, if you will, uh, one's in fashion, and then the other one is in like arts and uh, drawing and things like that. Loving art, and she's really good. Oh man, I should have brought some show and tell stuff. We'll see. We'll see if I have some stuff on here. Maybe later on. But how do I cultivate these gifts in them? Well, one of those things was, and it was a challenge because my oldest one, for her, she practices, giving her Barbie dolls and dolls. What she did with those was take those clothes, cut them up, take fabric from wherever, and just redesign the clothes that the doll comes with. So we never actually had to buy clothes for the dolls um, because she would make them for everything, and that's cool, right? And the frustrating part about it, there's strips of fabric everywhere. But in my head, I'm thinking, okay, this is good. This is good. Show them how to organize it. Show them how to put it away, how to use it, and then create some space for them. So I'm always thinking of, okay, I need a cutting board. I need, a big table that they can use to be able to put out, fabric and stuff like that, and then like a drawing board, um, just areas where all my kids can just have a little space to be able to create whatever it is they're trying to create and who they are, which is pretty dope. So, yeah, yeah. Another sip of coffee.
Dad, what about me makes you proud?
Dad, what about me makes you proud?
Dad, what about me makes you proud?
Did I have to answer that one?
Yes.
Just about everything that you do.
You're loving. You're funny. I could go on and on.
What makes me proud about you is you just being yourself.
I had trouble with alcohol. It was actually an intervention. Even with all the other people there, you were the real reason that I made the decision to go into the treatment center that I did. And thank you.
Thank you. You're helpful. Yeah, you forgot the funny part.
Your attention to
That's good. Yeah. Wow. I mean, being a father it's an honor to be a father. It is, as a man, It's a duty that I show up to every day, uh, and it's a duty that when I do show up, I'm always learning. I don't come to this duty with all the knowledge. I come to it very observant and very carefully. Do I have to navigate being a father? There's so much, there's so much greatness. There's so much to learn because you're dealing with another human. And that right there is what? How do I do this? Because there's a level, and also started to notice this difference between what my wife provides, what the mom provides, and what the father provides. And I noticed that it's different. And so I began to shift, and I began to have a different understanding about the family unit, if you will, the family and the role of parents. Naturally, you get two people raising one child. You're obviously, because then you have the mom's character and who she is, and how she views parenting, and how she views her husband, and how she views life, and so forth and so on. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going. There's so many different variables. Um, the the puzzle pieces are endless almost, because you can create amazing things. Even in your family, you can create a family that doesn't necessarily look like what society wants you to have and to be. Um, but this family is designed for your purpose and for God's purpose. And so you learn every single day. Okay, and I'm genuinely interested in what my kids, what they want, what they're doing, and who they are. You know, I didn't know what it looked like to be a dad. Like, I didn't have an example in the home, but I had examples outside the home, and I used those examples outside the home tremendously. And I think that that was key, because I always say as a man, the whole thing with, my father is or wasn't in my life, this, and that. You got to get rid of that. You're gonna have to overcome that as a man, as a human. You're going to need to overcome uh, that loss, if you will, because once you get healing from that, you instantly grow. It's instant. It is automatic, instant growth. Um, I was single, and I was living with some guys from church. And, bachelor pad. And one day, towards the end of my stay there, after a few years, I said, "Man, something's missing. Something is missing. Something is off. Something is not right with my emotions, with the way I view and the way I'm responding to not having a father. So there's something off here." And I remember at that particular time, I just closed the door, locked myself in the room. I watched a few movies, and I prayed. And I think I was in there for a few days. I kind of came out here and there, but I was just really quiet, kept to myself. And this is before I knew anything about self care, whatever the fuck that means. And it hit me, I needed to forgive my dad, because it was keeping me back. It was holding me back. I noticed that I didn't have the confidence that I needed in order to go move forward. You know what I'm saying? To that next level. Because I wanted a family. I wanted a family. And I was like, damn, okay, all right. How do I do this? How the hell do I do this? And it hit me during that time of just being alone. And I think every man should have a time of aloneness. Every man, husband, father should be. Now, this is completely crazy, but I think 30 days in the wilderness, right? That's the extreme. That's the goal. 30 days is the goal. Now, you can do 2 days, 1 day, overnight, but the goal is to be in the wild alone with nothing, no cell phone, no anything. You eat food. If you want to eat food, water, of course. Whatever necessities that you need, you'll figure that out on your own. But the idea of being secluded, the idea of being alone, I stand on that. I will be teaching my kids this, my boys. Hey, take a weekend, figure it out with your significant other, your wife, figure it out how it's going to happen. But you need to go somewhere. You need to go to the mountaintop, beach, wherever you can get to. You figure it out. But you need a day, you need a night, you need a 2-night or a 3-night where you're just away. You regroup, you get stronger, you think, you pray, whatever you're going to do, however that looks, you figure that out. And that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I needed. I needed that time, that space. We're talking about growing, forgiving your father. Forgiving your father, forgiving your parents is massive. It's a must. It is a must to as a man, right? It is a must that you rectify everything. You figure it out. You figure how to, see, the hard part was my dad had passed away at a young age when I was 10. And so I couldn't say the things I wanted to say to my father. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't punch him. I couldn't get mad at him. I couldn't love him. I couldn't do anything because he wasn't here. And so that was, my brain was like, well, I can't forgive him because he's not here. Being in that room for 2 days, it was like, no, I'm going to forgive him. I'm going to forgive him even though he's not here. That was major. And the moment I did all that, the ending of all those 2 or 3 days, it was in my room. Now, again, you can do whatever. It for me, it wasn't the mountaintop. Well, it was. It was. There was a situation that happened. So there was a bigger story than this. And I ended up in Tahoe. I ended up in the mountains. And I just walked up. And then I remember yelling. I yelled for an hour. I just screamed super duper loud until my throat hurt. I thought I had ruptured my vocal cords. I thought I've ruined. I probably did. I wanted it to hurt. I wanted it to hurt. I wanted to get rid of everything so that I can grow, that I can move forward. So something in me had to die. Like the plaque on your teeth. The teeth are the purpose. The teeth are the what you use. The plaque is not necessary in order to chew food. And that's what I had to do. I had to get rid of that plaque. Did I say flack? I had to get rid of the flack too. But I had to get rid of the plaque. I had to get rid of the plaque in my life because it wasn't necessary. So in me going out there and doing that, coming back down to the valley, coming from the mountaintop to the valley, being alone, I did something that I never did before, and that was forgive my dad, forgive my father at that very moment. At that very moment, as soon as I did it, it was like the veil was lifted. It was just lifted. I was like, I can get married, I can have kids. Still don't know how to do it or how it's gonna happen. I didn't necessarily know anything. I just knew that I was ready. I was ready. I had the strength, I had the gusto, I had the courage, I had the confidence to move forward in building a family and building a legacy. And that is exactly what I did, and that's exactly what I'm doing, and that's exactly what I'm going to continue to do. I will continue to build a legacy. I will continue to grow my family and myself so that my family can grow. I always say, you go into the airport and they say put the mask on first and then tend to whoever you need to tend to. You dig? So that self care is extremely important for men. Extremely important. Talk about that shit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're tuning into the Trey Show 9 Father's Day edition. It is a special one. I got my coffee with a red cup. Booyaka. I got my water over here. And I got a couple videos that we're going to be um, watching and clips and whatnot. And just talking about family, talking about fatherhood, talking about everything, right? And talking about children. Um, but this segment here, what it is putting on, making sure that you are good as a father, making sure that you're good as yourself. Are you working out? Do you have some sort, anything of workout regimen? Any 5 minute, 10 minute, but a consistency. See, you have to become real with yourself. I am 100% real with myself. I am a lazy bum. However, so motivation is not something that makes me work out. I don't work out. I don't work out because I'm motivated to work out. I work out because it makes me feel good. And I like that feeling. I like that feeling. I like that feeling. I like that discipline. So it has nothing to do with motivation at all. Actually, it has everything to do with consistency. Can I put this in? I brush my teeth every day. I can do 5 push-ups every day. 6, 7, grow that thing. I can do curls. You can do something. You can do anything to make that progress. You dig? So back to the story. Forgave my dad. I said all the things I wanted to say to him. I just said it in those 2 days I was in my room, locked in my room. Not locked in my room, but I locked myself. I didn't except for that and food. Uh, if that, I don't remember if I even ate. Definitely went to the bathroom. Let myself out as I'm going to the bathroom, and uh, yeah, I just had to say everything, all the anger, all the sadness, all the why weren't you there, all that. I just got it all out because once I did all that, I wasn't doing that again. I wasn't crying over spilled milk again. I wasn't going to revisit any of this bullshit and these emotions that you know I was holding on to. I had to look at it in a different way. I still want because I don't know my dad, but I still wanted to know who he was, right? And then what I did was I said, okay, and then everything that I found out about him, I would process that. I would process these things, and then it like food again. You eat a piece of meat, or you eat whatever you eat, whatever type of food that you eat, and you eat that, and then your body gets rid of the things, the waste. It gets rid of the waste, the things that you don't need. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I did. That's what I did right there. I said, okay, I'm sure my dad had faults. I'm sure he did. And then the second chapter of that is so yeah, so I was ready to get married, got married, had some kids, and I had gotten sick that and it put me in a position where I had to be alone again for several months. Inside my house again, but just alone. Um, and I just kind of separated myself up for a little bit. And then during that time I used that time to pray and to draw in everything that I need and draw out the things I didn't need. And again in that time my father issues revisited, but it was different. It was, I understand my father. I know what he went through. I don't know exactly what he went through, but gathering all the things that I know about him and being a father, being a black male also, I was like, holy shit. Whoa, I get it. I get it. I get why he did what he did. This shit is hard. Society demands a lot of a man. We it's not easy, right? It's not easy being human. It's not easy being alive. And of course, everybody has struggles. But it was at that point I was like, I get it. So I at that point I stopped even more so being angry. I stopped being angry with my father. There was no anger, no sadness that he was gone. It's just not because I did what I needed to do in order to heal from that bullshit, from those emotions. And then when I came to Hawaii, it was another like, okay, pilgrimage, stepping up to the plate as a father and continuously stepping up to the plate every single day, every day. It's an honor to be a dad. I don't hate my father for not being around. No, I don't got time for that, man. I don't have time. I wish, I wish, I wish. There is no wishes. I don't wish anything. I don't. I really, really, I authentically do not wish any. I wouldn't change anything. Oh man, are you kidding me? I turned that lemon into lemonade. You know what I'm saying? I turned that lemon, and not just for me, but for more than just one person pouring my lemonade. You dig? It's a shift. It's a paradigm shift of the mind. It's a paradigm shift. It's the first thing counseling counseling men. The first thing I deal with is the father issue. The second is the mother issue. 'Cause that shit is a little bit more uh, mental. It's a because yeah, because we don't ever talk about the manipulation that mothers pull on their boys. We never fucking talk about that shit. But it's time now. And that's what we're gonna be doing during the Trey Show 9 existence. We're gonna be talking about these issues because once we get out of it wasn't when it I once I forgave my dad, boom, it was like instant. It was instant. Oh, I'm ready. Ready. Let's go. Boom. I got this. I don't know everything. I don't know anything. But what I do know is that I don't have that bullshit baggage of my father. I don't have that anymore. That's gone. So I can have more space to get married and to be married. Stay married. You stay married not because you are good with your spouse. You stay married because you're good with yourself and you've done the work that you had to do to get rid of all the bullshit that's in your fucking life. That's how people got it all wrong. Oh, we're together. We've been together for 45 years and 50 years and this and that. It ain't got nothing to do with the dates that you go on. That ain't got shit to do with anything. You think it does, because that's what the majority of society says. It has much more to do with the fact that you have dealt with the bullshit in your life. Have you really dealt with it? I can tell you right now, because when I watch these videos, it's sad. You know, some of these videos about fathers, and you get sad. You know, it's like, oh, I don't have that dad, but it doesn't even bother me, because it's all about mindset, forgiveness, surrender. Like, what the fuck are we doing? That's why I had to get up out the church, as the American church. I'm talking about anything else but other than the American church, because it was a constant, like, our God is a mighty God, but fuck, you never like get rid of, like, is there any healing? Like, where is the healing? Where is the miracle? Good Lord, there's like zero miracles. This person is always sad, always broken, continuously broken and broken and broken and broken and broken, and that's part of it. There's that part. I didn't want anything to do with that part, though. That's what I'm saying. I think there's a full church full of that shit, and all the people that attend. And I'm not mad at that. I'm not saying it's not right. It's not right for me. I was like, man, good Lord, I don't understand. My God, that's like knowing a powerful person, a strong person, or knowing a professional, Barry Bonds, or professional oh, you guys love sports. I know I don't know anything about sports. I can't even name some. I know Barry Bonds, and that's about it. Steph Curry. I don't know what the fuck is going on with any sport, because I don't have time for that bullshit. Oh, you guys know, whoever, you guys, Disney, right? You have all these powerful things, and imagine if they couldn't do what they set out to do. Imagine if your superhero was like, yeah. That's how I felt in church. I was like, this God is so powerful. You're sitting here talking about a mighty God, and yet you're completely in shambles. I mean, I can't tell you how many pastors are thoroughly knee deep, neck deep in depression. I mean, it's like, whoa, how do you even function? And yet on Sundays, they're just like preaching this, like, hoo, happy, happy, happy. And they go smoke a cigarette afterwards and go drink themselves and sleep and cheat on their wife. And it's like, whoa, what? What are we doing? What do we do? So anyway, that was a rant. But if the fathers can say, hey, look, what is serving me? What serves me? Does it serve me to hold this grudge? Huh? I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to hold the grudge. Why? What does that serve? What did that serve me? Now, I don't know anything about you. I had to ask myself, what is going on here? I need to grow, continuously growing, understanding, growing, more understanding, more growing, more growth, more understanding. God, give me wisdom. God, give me more understanding. More. I want it all. Solomon. I love Solomon in the Proverbs. I love that. Because that's all I need. I don't need anything. I don't need riches. Because what is rich? What is money? Money doesn't even exist. It's just an idea. Someone puts in some numbers and it's like some paper that you can just print. You can just make it up. Literally. To be a dad, what does that mean? To be a dad. What does that mean to be a father? Long suffering. Joy. Strength. Protection. Being committed. Being committed. Loyalty. See, these are things that I honor. These are things that I value. I value these things. Not because I'm a Christian. So I remember hearing, I'm a Christian so that I'm going to do this because I'm a Christian. I'm like, why don't you embody that? Why don't you become that? So when it gets rocky, you can still give from that abundance. You can still give from that abundance. See, it's funny because my mother, when I told her I stopped going to church, she was devastated, which was the wrong approach. Devastated. Devastated. Because you're holding on to an idea. You're holding on to an idea, right? Whereas you want to hold on as a man, you want to hold on to your purpose. And so it's so funny how nothing changed. I just stopped attending an hour of service sitting down in front of somebody speaking. I just stopped doing that. Everything else stopped. My gift didn't change. It actually went, it actually skyrocketed. Nothing changed. It only, it magnified, actually. It magnified because I was doing the work. Men, do the fucking work. Do the work. Do the work. Shit ain't going with right with your wife. Do the work. Ask yourself. I always say, ask yourself the right questions. I talk about this a lot in all my podcasts. Ask yourself the right question. Ask yourself, what is it that you're doing? What is it that I'm doing? What is going on? Great show 9, everybody. What is going on? Yes, I'm gonna find some clips here. What the heck? I'm still learning how to do this here. Oh man, this is a good one. What is going on here? Let's see how to do this. Oh, here we go. No, I'm gonna get it here. I will show you. It's good speech from this guy. Good points. I don't really know this guy. I don't know where he stands. Some good points.
People can recover from a fragmented father relationship, but it's the next worst thing. You know, because if your father rejects you or doesn't form a relationship with you, it's as if the spirit of civilization has left you outside the walls as of little worth. It's very difficult for people to recover from that. So the father should be an encouraging force, but can be a tyrannical and crushing force. And so that's a very difficult thing to get right, partly because if you're my son, then I should impose the highest standards of behavior on you. And I should always be judging what you're doing. I should be judging it with the aim of making the best in you come forward. But getting that balance exactly right is very difficult.
It truly is difficult, but it's necessary. It's very necessary. It's it's necessary to instill these things into my son, into my sons, because the world is going to be crazy on them. They're not going to have it easy in anything that they do, anything, entertainment, right? A man trying to get into a club is a lot more challenging. The women is easy. You just show up. Oh, there's some tits. Let her in. You know what I'm saying? They don't use men. They don't line men up at the club. Draw a line to draw people in, right? They don't do that. They don't use men to advertise things to get men to buy. You put women up there, and it sells, right? So I know that they're going to have a struggle. You're going to have a struggle to perform if you're not strong enough. You're not critical enough. You're not logical enough. You're not rational enough. You got to be you need more money. You got to make more money. What kind of job do you have? Oh, I do this, I do that. Oh, you do that. You work at, a woman can work at McDonald's and it's all good. A man can work at McDonald's. You kidding me? You'd be made fun of. The hell? So I already know. So giving my sons the proper balance is challenging and they're going to get the good, bad, and ugly. And then I have to come follow up with, hey, you know what? Your dad messed up. Your dad messed up. And I apologize for that. And you're going to have to figure it out. I'm coming to you humble. I still want you to act a certain way, and this is what we're going to be doing here. You know what? Sorry. And encouraging them. It's hard. They're jumping off the couch. They're, jumping up, climbing on your car. They're being reckless. That's part of it. I have a saying, I have a new philosophy for men, young men, boys, and how I view their actions and what they're doing is that I want them to be completely dangerous. Completely dangerous. I want them to be monsters. Straight up. I want them to be brutal. 100%. That's facts. I also want them to learn how to hold that and use that when it's time to use that. You see what I'm saying? There's a certain confidence that happens when your father is around in the home, actively in the home. There is confidence that comes from having that father. It just happens. I mean, you could be in the home and be a mediocre dad, and your kids will be pretty good. You could be a shitty dad, in the home, and I don't know. I speak to my sons, and I want to encourage them in everything that they're doing. Good job. And I also want to tell them the truth. And that's not how you do that. That wasn't actually a good job. It would be better if you did this. Why? Why do I do that? It seems harsh. It seems harsh when I do it. It's hard to do it because that's the what I'm preparing them for the world. Because it's going to kick their ass. It's not gonna let up. This world doesn't give a fuck about my boys. So I gotta teach them, I gotta show them. I gotta show them. That's what I'm doing before they leave the house. Be the best and fuck the rest. Now, I don't tell them that. It's be the best and forget the rest. Just be the best. Forget the rest. Be the best. There's already a gift inside of it. There's already something inside of them. And I need to figure that out and then draw that out. Draw that out. Help them see it. Do you see that? Oh, did you see that? Look how you do that. I watched my son one day. He was running, and in football there's a drill that you do. I can't really explain it. I would have to show it to you, but I'm not going to do that right now. But there's a drill in football. When I was a wee little child in Pop Warner football, we did this drill, and you run when you're running sideways. You cross your legs over, crisscross your legs. So as you're running, you're getting ready to run, and let's say you're getting ready to catch a ball, and so your legs shift, your body shifts. And I remember my son, I said, go run. I'm gonna throw you the ball or kick you the ball, whatever we were doing. And he did this move. I damn near shed a tear. I was like, whoa, look at him shift his body. You know what I mean? And so I'm gonna bring that out. Like, oh, okay. I didn't teach him that. But with different I'm doing the Miyagi wax on, wax off, I teach them, I may go up and punch them, or this is gonna sound crazy. So he's punching his kids. No, but I may extend my hand to see how they duck or slip or block. They're gonna need that. They're gonna need to know how do you stand? How do you punch? Right? They're gonna need to know how do you read. I want them to read. I want them to know math. I want them to know how to cook. I want them to know how to put things away, how to be organized. And all these little sweeping things, it's not for the cleaning purpose, it's for something greater. It's for life, it's for work. They're gonna have a job. Their first job is here, and they're learning how to do that right now, here, in the home. How do you protect? Even though the boys are younger, I still want them to protect their sisters. Stand up for their sister. They're smaller, so they have to use their voice, and they're gonna have to use their brain and their quickness. Stand up, don't back down. Hey, if you gotta call for backup, that's fine. But this is the world that we live in. Some of it's not all physical. It's not all physical. But for men, it is. It's physical, I was at work one day, and one of my coworkers had advanced me. I was like, whoa, this is what we have to deal with as men. So I had to be ready. I don't want to fight this guy. If I have to, I will. But I'm going to I was calm. There's triple C's is what I teach. Cool, calm, and collected. Cool, calm, and collected. Cool, calm, and collected. In any situation. I can't tell you how many times I've been. I remember one of my ex-girlfriends. Something happened where I had to maneuver the car really quick. Someone ran a red light or something happened. and she was, screaming and throwing her hands up in it, but I had to stay cool, calm because I had to still maneuver the car to save, because in my head I'm thinking the first thing I think of is like I have to protect her. I have to protect her because there's a reverence I have for the father. I want to make sure I can bring his daughter home to her safely. And I remember doing that maneuver, and she was like, after it was said and done, she's like, wow, you're strangely and oddly calm right now. And I thought to myself, yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yes, that's what a man should be doing. Stay calm. And it's hard. The car is flipping out. You know what I'm saying? You got to look everywhere, and and that's what you have to be. And that's what I teach my boys. Be cool and calm in any situation, even though you're the littlest guy. Hey, I'm going to protect my sisters right now. I may be scared inside, but nobody knows that because I'm going to use the tools that my dad showed me in order to defend or in order to do whatever you need to do. All right. So that's that. Let's see. I'm gonna,
And so it's easy for a father to swing too much into judgment, let's say. And then, of course, mothers can play this role too, to swing too far into the domain of judgment and to be too harsh. And to the degree that the father has his own pathologies, he's going to do that imperfectly.
Well, my father's a formidable person, and like he's really good with little kids.
Mhm.
We had a lot of friction when I was a teenager, and that took some time to sort out. But there were complicated reasons for that.
Mhm.
Some of them involved ill health of various sorts, and teenage stupidity, and some intransigence on his part because he's quite a stubborn person. But
it's true. You see how he he could have taken all that differently. He could have taken that and like, oh, I hate my dad because he was indifferent. He was this, he was that. I don't like him because he was harsh. But he took it and he said, you know what? I understand what he was going through. He was working some things out. And if anything, I want to make sure that I can be a landing pad for my children, for my girls and my boys. I can be a landing pad for my whole family. These things take time, you know. Um, I've forgiven my father, and I'm proud to be his son. I'm proud to be his son. Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. I'm proud because I took the things, right? I ate the whole thing, the whole piece of everything, and then I took the things that nourished me, and then I used those things to propel me, and the waste stuff was thrown to the side. And that's really the moral of the story right there. That's it. That is extremely crucial. Extremely, extremely. I get made fun of, because I got the dad joke. You know what I'm saying? And, I got a little bit of the dad bod. And we're getting rid of the dad bod. You don't dead anymore. So we're getting rid of that shit. I'm gonna look at some dad jokes here.
hey,
No,
Good to see you.
How are you? Hold on a second.
Hold on, turn that off. What are you doing?
What's up? Go ahead. Come on.
What do you got?
Like a Will
What
Ferrell.
do mermaids wash their fins with?
He's so funny, but dude, he looks so dignified. Oh, you missed.
Tide.
The first part was funnier. You should have never thrown the punchline. That was terrible. Did you know in King Arthur's time, one of the Knights of the Round Table collected taxes? His name was Surcharge. Yeah. Top that.
What did the fried rice say to the shrimp?
Fry your rice.
Don't walk away from me.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you hear Steve Harvey and his wife got into a fight?
That's not real,
I don't-
is it?
Yeah.
These are bad.
It was a family
It's a
feud.
terrible dad joke. Terrible dad jokes. Let's find some more.
All right. What part of a vegetable can't you eat?
Wow.
I gotta stop looking at the punchline before I say it.
Hey guys, and welcome to the third edition.
Haven't heard anything since.
It's good. That's a strong joke.
Mm.
Hey, Matt,
Yes, dear.
what do you call a man pouring water into a jug?
Hmm. What do you call a man pouring water into a jug?
Phil.
Mm. Nice. Why don't dinosaurs make good pets?
Why?
Because they're dead. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
These dad jokes are bad.
Oh, I have to draw a name? Oh, please. Nikki.
You ready?
You serve.
Do homeless people really get knock-knock jokes?
I don't get these dad jokes. Terrible. What the heck? I couldn't find any good ones. Anyway. I think as a dad, you know, I share with my children all of my quirkiness, and they see it all. You know, I can't lie. You can't lie anymore as a dad. You know, when you're in public, you were telling a story, and your daughter, son, or somebody's going to be like, "Nah, that's not how it is, Dad. You don't do that, Dad. I cook breakfast every morning. Mommy does that shit. You don't do that. Get out of here." Oh, man. Anyway, we're going to wrap this up. This has been the Father's Day edition, Trey Show 9. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Special shout out to all the fathers out there that stuck around in your kids' lives. Good job. Good job. Because it's not just about your children, it's about your marriage. It's about your spouse, right? I cultivate a relationship with myself, if you will. I cultivate a relationship with higher power, with the universe, and really understand that without God, I can't do any of this. It doesn't matter where I am, what I'm doing. I can't do none of this stuff without that power. You dig? And I'd be a damn fool to think that I could. And so, yeah, you have to start with yourself. Put the mask on yourself first. Then your relationship with your wife has to be rock solid. It does. It has to be good. That's really where I focus on, is the relationship with my wife. Well, it's a huge part of the equation. And having a long-lasting marriage and a long-lasting relationship, the Trey Show 9, what we teach is how does that come about? Well, deal with the bullshit in your life. Deal with the bullshit in your life. As a man, get your shit together, right? You can still be broke and out and desolate, but you don't be broken. Heal. Figure that shit out. Figure that shit out. Figure that healing that you need to get out. Figure that shit out, guys. What do you need to do to heal? Make it happen. Make it happen. Make it happen. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Do I gotta bring Uncle Crunkle out here? You know what I'm saying? To give you some of that isms? Huh? My nose is getting stuffy. Trey Show 9, everybody. What is going on? We're back. Oh, man. Ending the first series of Father's Day talk. We'll see you next year. I'm trying to think of something to leave you with here. Get you one of these. Right, so you can get stronger. This could be something you can do to work out. I don't know. Get too double fisted. I gotta get different ones. These are like weak. These are super easy. Easy peasy. Yeah. All right. All right. That ends this segment. Might come back and do some other stuff here. But yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see here. Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, that's about it. That is about it, ladies and gentlemen. Be the best, fuck the rest. And you're a dad. If you need to forgive your father, go forgive your father. Go do that. Go forgive your dad right now. Right? Meow. Go do that shit right now. There's no reason why you shouldn't. It's going to make you a better person. Forgiveness. You don't want to harbor any of that bullshit. Because I'm telling you right now, people that harbor bullshit like that, I'm telling you right now, it's no good. It's no good. It's way better on this side. It is way better because you're gonna have other struggles. You just won't have that struggle, you know. And then you can focus on the other struggles that you have as a man, right? Getting more money, finding out how to make more money, not how to kill yourself doing it, you know. So anyway, be the best. Fuck the rest.